Good morning, YouTube. I uploaded a video on yesterday introducing myself, and I had to stop it prematurely. I was taxiing my mom around, and she was coming back to the car. And when she and I are in the car, we're just girl talking, and I didn't want to carry on the video with her in there, so I apologize for that. But what I was saying yesterday, where I stopped, was that I wasn't offered a contract after my demise in my pregnancy. I was pregnant with twins, and I lost one at 10 weeks pregnant. And so because I was put on bed rest, things didn't go the way they were supposed to as far as work, but everything worked out for, the good in the grand spectrum of things. I was able to gain employment in my original county that I left, because I don't ever leave a job with bad standing. I try to make sure that I leave professionally. I give 2 weeks, and I have great relationships with the leaders in my county. So I was able to gain employment and be closer to home, be closer to my parents, and so that when I did have my son, my mom watched him every day, which was a huge blessing. I stayed on bed rest the duration of the pregnancy, though I was able to gain employment. When I say that, I was able to sign a contract for the next contractual year as a teacher. And so that was a huge weight off my shoulders. My husband was extremely understanding, which I appreciate, because a lot of pressure came down on him with me not working. He had to pick up another job, and he's a teacher as well. So I thanked him for that every day. But I currently have a beautiful, healthy little boy. His name is Anderson. And he is so full of life. He gives us so much to look forward to every day. We're thankful for him. My family just adores him. He's a huge blessing to us. He's brought us so much closer together. He just started daycare, and I'm having huge issues with my mom about that. Of course, it's her baby. It's her first grandchild. I have an older sister and I have a younger brother, and which makes me the middle child. And I'm the first one to give them a grandchild. So he's spoiled beyond measure. Oh gosh. Not a bad thing, but now when it's time for him to go to daycare, it's like, oh, why do you have to take him so early? Why does he have to stay all week? And my husband and I made the decision to put him into daycare because he's so smart. And not to say that he wasn't learning anything with my mom, but there was never a real structure. She kind of let him do what he wanted to do, go around and be Anderson, be the little baby that he is. But we were ready for him to have some structure. We were ready for him to start to, tighten up on some academic skills. And we're both teachers, so we're definitely giving him lessons, and we're reading for him, and we're showing him different letters and numbers and colors, and but we want him to interact with other kids. We want him to be structured more, and it's definitely coming around. This is his 3rd week, and the daycare that he goes to is a Christian academy, and the owner of the daycare has been friends with me for years. I trust her. I trust her family. And it's a daycare that's at her home. And she's my sorority sister's sister. So we've known each other for a while. And I truly, truly trust her. I had to tell my mom, it's my son. I would never put him in an environment where I felt uncomfortable to leave him. So I am going back to work tomorrow. I've been out of work since December 18th because right before my son turned 1, my husband and I found out that I was pregnant again. We weren't planning it. we just was like, I just kept feeling like, what's wrong with me? I don't feel well. I'm tired. And that should have been my telltale sign, because when I was pregnant with Anderson, all I wanted to do was sleep. And I'm not just talking about just regular sleep. This sleep that I was getting when I was first pregnant was like, oh, it was the best sleep. It was the best sleep I've ever experienced. I felt like I was under anesthesia. It was the best sleep. And that should have been a telltale sign for me. I would come home from work, and I never do this. I come home from work every day and I have a routine. I get my lunch ready, get my husband's lunch ready. I make sure that Anderson's taken care of. I get my clothes out for work. I get him prepared for bed. And, we read and get him ready to go to sleep. Well, I would come home and I would just want to go to sleep. And I mean, when I woke up, my head felt like it weighed 20 pounds. It's like I could never really get up. I was always groggy. And right before he turned 1, I found out that I was pregnant. And my husband and I were kind of shocked at first, but then we got comfortable with the idea. Now, when I say comfortable, it was like, okay, well, we're just going to have another baby. But because of my first pregnancy and how complicated it was, I've always had this fear in the back of my head. And that fear is just such an unfair fear. I don't think any woman should have to live through that. Having a baby is a huge blessing, and to not be able to enjoy the process and growth and knowing that you'll have a healthy child, it's just it's like somebody robbed me of complete happiness and joy. So I was really skeptical, and I shouldn't have been, but I'm human. And like I said, because of what I went through, I just was so terrified to go through that again. But I was willing to definitely take on the challenge. At 8 weeks pregnant, I found out that my baby didn't make it. So I had another miscarriage. And it was definitely as a result of my fibroid tumors. My fibroids came back. Let me give you a little history about that. I had a myomectomy, my first myomectomy, in 2008. This was before I even was thinking about children. I wasn't married. I was in college. And I had my first myomectomy in 2008, where they had to remove tumors. They were on the outside of my uterus, which was good because it didn't really cause so much of a problem for conception when I was ready, because it wouldn't allow for as much scar tissue, if that makes sense. And so they removed 6 tumors at that time. 6. They were growing so fast. I had my pre-op in May, 2 weeks before the surgery. And when I had the surgery in June, when I had the pre-op, she found 4 tumors that she would have to remove. And then when she did the actual surgery, she removed 6. So I don't know if those 2 were already there, but they were getting big, and they were getting big really quickly. I was having awful periods, full of pain, very, very weak and sick every month I would feel like that. Well, thankfully, after that surgery and the recovery, everything was fine. I didn't have that problem anymore. And so when my husband and I got married and we started to TTC, I automatically thought, oh my God, this must be me, because I had surgery. And what if I have scar tissue? And I started doubting myself on so many levels, which made it so hard for us to enjoy being married, because after a while, it's like, okay, nothing's wrong with us. Why aren't we getting pregnant? And it causes friction. It did. We were human. But it was nothing like that. Thank God. I had an HCG done, and it was so painful. Oh gosh. Just for that 1 minute, that pain is extreme. I don't know if you ladies ever experienced HCG, but that pain was real. I don't even know how I made it through that test, but I did, thank God, and there was nothing wrong. So when I finally got pregnant with my son, the fibroids came back, and I had 2 big fibroids. Well, actually, there were 3. When I was 19 weeks pregnant with Anderson, I ended up in the hospital because the other fibroid started to degenerate, and the degeneration of that fibroid caused so much pain, and the way he was positioned in there allowed it to be that much more painful. So I was in the hospital for about 3 days, and they had to slow down the activity of my uterus in order for me to, feel better. So bed rest, again, that was in April while I was pregnant. I had him in September. So at 19 weeks, I was in the hospital again. I delivered through C-section, and everything was fine. But then I got pregnant, and these fibroids are still there, and they're bigger. So my doctor made a decision that we needed to remove the fibroids. She actually told me I needed to remove the fibroids before I considered getting pregnant again. But because we weren't trying, I didn't make the appointment to have that done. Well, thankfully, I had another myomectomy done on the 18th of December, and that went well. The recovery for that was a lot smoother than the first one, thankfully. And so I'm just recovering from that. I return back to work on tomorrow, and I'm really excited about it. I think my kids really need to see their teacher. I tried to set it up where they only had one substitute the whole time because I believe in consistency. But it's a middle school. They're ready and they need to see me. I need to be back at work. So anyhow, I'm definitely excited to be on the channel. I know this video is all over the place, but I'm definitely excited to be a part of the community. And I plan on making videos not just about TTC and just about life, just about things that I go through, the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm human, so I don't mind sharing that. I really enjoy looking at these videos because they make me laugh. Some of them make me cry. Some of them make me think a lot. And I'm always in a position to try to be a better me. So I'm definitely excited. I wanted to finish up this video appropriately. So please, I apologize. Please accept my apologies for the video being abruptly stopped the way it was on yesterday when I did my first intro. So this is intro number 2, or part 2. And I hope you ladies have a beautiful day, and everyone who's watching, I hope you have a wonderful day and be safe. I look forward to uploading some more videos, and until we speak again, take care.